Congratulations! You've just been born with the body of a superhero. You're nearly immune to cancer. You can't feel certain kinds of pain. You can survive 18 minutes with 0 oxygen. And you might live past 30, longer than almost any other rodent on Earth. And how will you spend this miraculous, near-immortal existence?
Shoveling dirt with your teeth and eating poop in the pitch dark for a queen who will personally make sure you never have children. Welcome to life as a naked mole rat. Nature handed you the cheat codes, then sentenced you to the worst job in the animal kingdom. So you're born, pink, wrinkled, blind, hairless, basically a raw sausage with teeth.
No one's putting you on a nature calendar. You arrive underground in East Africa, in a colony that can hold up to 300 individuals, all crammed into a maze of tunnels that can stretch for miles. But this isn't a family. It's a caste system. And the moment you're born, your rank is already decided. Spoiler, it's the bottom. You're one of the only eusocial mammals on the planet, which is a fancy way of saying you live like an ant or a bee, just hairier and underground. There's exactly one breeding female in your entire colony, the queen, plus 1 to 3 lucky males. Everybody else, including you, is a worker. You didn't apply for this. You didn't interview. You were simply born into unpaid labor. And your very first meal sets the tone for your whole life. To get the gut bacteria you need to digest your food, you eat feces, specifically the queen's. Your onboarding package is a mouthful of the boss's poop. And honestly, it only goes downhill from there. Soon, you've got a job. Dig. You tunnel through hard, dry African soil using your enormous front teeth. And here's the genius part. Your lips seal shut behind those teeth, so you can chew through dirt all day without swallowing a single mouthful of it. A built-in face mask, except it's for eating the floor. Roughly a quarter of your entire muscle mass is packed into your jaw. You are essentially a chainsaw that needs to be fed. Workers line up nose to tail in the tunnel and pass the loose soil backward like a living conveyor belt. It's teamwork. It's beautiful. It's also your entire personality now. But let's rewind about 20 million years. Down here in the dark, your ancestors faced a brutal environment. Little food, less oxygen, and air thick with carbon dioxide that would make most animals sick. So evolution started cutting every feature it decided was a luxury. Fur? Gone. Useless in a warm burrow. The ability to regulate your own body temperature? Also gone. You're the closest thing to a cold-blooded mammal that exists. You basically take on the temperature of your tunnel. When you get cold, your master plan is to pile on top of your coworkers like a living compost heap. And here's the dark joke. The same brutal underground that stole your fur also handed you superpowers. Let's talk about those. Superpower 1. Pain. Around 20 million years ago, your species basically deleted certain pain signals from its body. You don't feel the burn of acid, and you don't react to capsaicin, the chemical that makes chili peppers hot. You could take a nap in a bowl of jalapenos. Not that anyone's offering you a vacation. Superpower 2. Oxygen. The air in your packed tunnels gets dangerously thin. A human brain starts dying after about 3 minutes without oxygen. A mouse drops in 20 seconds. You? 18 full minutes with 0 oxygen, and you just walk it off. When the air runs out, your body pulls a trick it borrowed from plants. It stops burning glucose and switches to burning fructose instead.
a fuel that needs no oxygen at all. Your heart rate drops from 200 beats a minute down to about 50. You power down, and then you reboot. You are a mammal with a low power mode.
Superpower 3, the big one. You barely age, and you almost never get cancer. A mouse your size lives 2, maybe 3 years. You can live past 30. Some have reached nearly 40. And unlike basically every other mammal we've ever studied, your risk of dying does not go up as you get older. A 10-year-old and a 25-year-old naked mole rat have roughly the same odds of seeing next week. You don't really do old age. You just continue. Scientists call it negligible senescence. You'd call it a really, really long shift. So let's take stock. You've got a body that resists cancer, ignores pain, survives without air, and flat out refuses to age. Nature built you to last. And it spends every one of those decades the exact same way. Underground, in the dark, eating roots and poop, digging tunnels for someone else. You're not nearly immortal because you're blessed. You're nearly immortal, so you can fully appreciate every single minute of this. Now, let's talk about romance. This'll be quick. You don't get any. In your colony, only the queen reproduces, and she keeps it that way by force. She shoves, bullies, and stresses the workers so relentlessly that their bodies simply shut reproduction down. You are biologically switched off. Your boss doesn't just control your schedule, she controls whether you're allowed to be anything more than a tool. HR would have a field day. Let's keep this PG and just say your love life is a spreadsheet with one name on it, and it isn't yours. But what if I told you there's one way out? When the queen finally dies, or if you somehow get separated from the colony, the suppression lifts. Suddenly, a few females turn fertile and they fight. Sometimes it's a tense standoff. Sometimes it's a battle to the death for the throne. And if you win, your body physically transforms. Your spine actually lengthens. Your vertebrae stretch apart. So you grow longer to carry litter after litter. You don't get crowned. You get remodeled. The promotion comes with a whole new skeleton. And your reward for clawing to the top is spending the rest of your decades as a pregnant tunnel, endlessly producing the next generation of serfs. But realistically, you're not the queen. You're a worker. So the years pass, 5, 10, 15. The queen above you can reign for well over a decade, sometimes 15 years or more, while you dig beneath her. You don't get a birthday. You don't even get a sunrise. In your entire long life, you may never once see the sky. Just soil, darkness, the warmth of 100 other bodies, and the endless scratch of teeth on dirt. And here's the final cruelty. Most animals in a story like this die young and fast. A predator, a bad season, one lost fight. You don't even get that mercy. Your remarkable body simply refuses to quit. So you keep going, deep underground, for decades, until one quiet day, far from any light, you finally stop. The colony carries on without pausing. The tunnels grow longer. A new queen takes the throne. Your entire 30-year existence becomes a rounding error in a superorganism that never even learned your name. So say your goodbyes.
though there's no one down here to hear them and leave this world.
Lights out.
Although, to be fair, they were never on. But here's the twist this story actually deserves. Unlike almost every animal we cover, the naked mole rat isn't endangered at all. It's listed as least concern, thriving in its millions beneath the African soil. And that ugly little poop-eating serf? It might be one of the most important animals alive. Scientists study these rodents to understand how to resist cancer, how to switch off chronic pain, and how to slow human aging. The creature with the worst job in nature may end up teaching us how to live longer, healthier lives. So, next time you complain about your job, remember the naked mole rat. It's been working the same shift for 30 years, in the dark, for no pay. And it'll probably outlive